never try, work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the way.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Line 40! 49. Here it comes, here it comes! Watch the eye! Let's go, Mexico! Check three. On! Watch 20!
On first down, Hart, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Luck. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for the Colts. First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Hart. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
He's coming.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll run on first down. It's Hart. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Monday.
This is Hines. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Squeeze, double.
Out of the gun, Luck. And he's got his man, Hilton. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target, but it'll be second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's third and long.
Let's put that team on the hook.
From the gun, here's Love. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll come up second and 6 now from the 24. Now Joe Mixon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And the Bills first down.
Here we go.
Now they run with Mixon. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Brings up second and 9.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And the grab by Croft. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, here we go.
After the interception, it's Locke. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. Luck on first down. This one complete to Devin Funchess. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's another Colts first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Locke. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On first and 10, Locke. Being chased out left. Stepping up, he'll try and run. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
On second down, it's Hines, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. 13 yards on his first catch. Hits a first down as well.
That's another Colts first down. First down and 10 yards to go.
The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They've got a first and 10 from the 10. Now it's Hines. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On third down, Hart. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Bridgewater. The left side completion to Jones. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
All right, we get slapped. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
At the 39-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Locke. Caught left side by Hilton. 16 yards, a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Locke. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Now a play fake, and it's Locke. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now it's Locke off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. That's complete right around the 8. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Now a give right side. Hart. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there as the 1st half is winding down. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Trey Boston. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Mixon, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Ricky. He's checking. Ricky.
Throwing his lock. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, it's Locke. Ebron caught left side. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Double time, 380 welcome. Hey, check.
Mixing with it. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Now Bridgewater. Throw left side complete. It's Thompson.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Bridgewater to throw for it on fourth. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not even going to come close. A big loss in the wrong direction on fourth down. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action. It's locked. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hart.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield. On second down now, it's Hart. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down.
Brings up third and 2.
I'm coming.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hart, and he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This is fielded at the goal line. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Short throw hauled in by Croft. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the game there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Let's go.
On third down, Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion, and how would you assess how the secondary has played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid, still pitching a shutout. 4th down, they're going. Bridgewater. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
Go! 180! Monday! 80 weapons!
They'll keep it on the ground. Hart. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he's got his man Hilton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On first down, Hines. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
That's what I'm talking about.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run again with Hines. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Love. And he gets it to Finch, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Check out. Wide, 622. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Over the middle here to Brown. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
53, check 53. Check.
First down, Bridgewater. The left side throw complete to Adams. A very solid gain of 27. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Let's go now. Go to base. I'm going to run you over. Switch.
Here's a run with Mixon, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Are you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point up and through, and that will shave one more off this lead. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll keep it on the ground. Hart, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Indianapolis, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.